What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel where I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. Now I just uploaded like a 20-minute video going over all three of the models, and I had a few questions that I was not able to have answers to due to only going by images. Since that video was complete, Stern just uploaded basically showing off all the features for the Pro model, which is essentially all the features for the Premium and LE as well, just not with the telekinesis, MagnaSave, and the projector. So therefore, let's watch this video and then we can dissect it further to see what all features and what this game does. That is their Pro model, going over some of the features that we have here. Let's start out right about here. And as we've already stated, this game has got 8 shots lined up right here. And one of my main questions before on my last video was how the whole system in the back worked. Because the way the images were, it was really weird. I wasn't sure if it was a ball eject shooter system or what, but what it is, you can see essentially right here at the beginning shot, is that the left orbit feeds the right ramp. The right ramp is right here and it drops down. So originally, if you hit the right ramp, it would just feed around and drop down onto the ramp. Whereas the left orbit, if you hit it with enough speed, it will come in and go up underneath. There is no dropping down. It just kind of elevates the ball in the back with a ramp, and it feeds it to your right flipper. So left orbit feeds the right flipper. See that? Left orbit feeds the right flipper. So I can rewind it a little bit right here. Like that. Smooth as butter, it looks like. Your right orbit looks like it feeds your pop bumper section up there, as well as a stand-up target that is right here. And it looks like that's where it can only go. So your right orbit is going to come up here, have a stand-up target, as well as a couple of pop bumpers, and then it would feed back down to your right flipper again. The saucer on the left side of the machine, this one right here, feeds the drop targets. It shoots it directly towards the drop targets in the center. It doesn't feed it back down to the flippers, so that's a little interesting. What I'm curious about is if it does it automatically, or do we hit the flipper button on when we want that ball to eject out. So is it kind of like the goalie assist kick on World Cup soccer, essentially? Is it go in there and we hit our flipper buttons when we want the ball to go towards the drop targets, or is it automatic? Now the left inner orbit looks like it spins around and goes into a somewhat of a saucer or a holding point to feed your left orbit. So your inner left orbit feeds your left orbit, but there is a holding center or mech or something underneath this ramp for a mode or something like that. And your right inner orbit feeds directly to your left orbit. There's an image right here, or video right here, where you can see that once you feed the Demigorgon, follow the ball down, it just dropped down below. Now it rolls over and feeds a holding spot underneath the ramp. And that's where it's sitting. So that's where that goes. Just like I stated in my previous video, there is a holding rod that does shoot up from the Pro model to hold your ball for telekinesis multi-ball. So here's the top view of what the orbit looks like. The inner right orbit that feeds directly to the left orbit. Right there. So that's how that lane system works. Is right there. Well, but it looks like, with the way it works, if you shoot up underneath the Demigorgon, behind the targets, and it's going to be the same as shooting into the Demogorgon's mouth. It should just feed over there in the holding spot underneath your left ramp. And that's a quick go through dissection of what the Pro model can do, guys, of simply just the shot layout, not so much on the modes, but at least we have a better understanding mechanically on what this game can do. If you like what you've seen here, give me that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. Until next time, guys, peace out.